Hello and welcome to Physics 264 lecture tutorials. I'm Dr. Steve Brule. Today we're going to have an introduction to Multisim, and here we are in Multisim. And we're going to make a little circuit just to get started. And we'll start by, as we start with all of our circuits, is we put our name on it and the title of the circuit. So the title is Intro to Multisim, and I am Dr. Steve Brule. There we are. Wait, okay. So I clicked outside, now I can move that wherever I want. I'm going to move it up here a little bit later. Okay, so let's start by putting, I guess we already started. We'll continue by placing some sources in our circuit. So I'm going to place component, and we're going to go to sources. And in the sources, we can select a DC power. That's the symbol for a battery. It by default comes up with 12 volts. We can change it to whatever we want. I'm going to place a ground, which is also a source. So there's a regular ground. We don't want to do the digital ground, but there's not much of a difference as far as we're concerned at this point. We're going to put a switch, place a component, and that's not a source. That is under basic. Let's see, I believe it's under, yeah, here it is, switch. And we can pick from all these different types of switches. And we're going to, not a current control switch, that's a transistor type switch. We're going, or it could be a relay, I guess. We're going to use not a single pole double throw switch, but a single pole single throw switch. And there's the symbol for that. There's the single pole is the connector between those two junctions. And the single pole, the throw is where the pole goes to. So here's the pole. There's the throw. All right. So now we've got those three components, and I'm going to just orient them about like this. Let's put our ground over there. It's going to go on to the negative terminal. The small terminal of the battery is that right there is the negative terminal. All right. Let's place two resistors. So I'm going to place a component. I'm going to go into basic. And then I have to go up here. Here's a resistor. Oh, that's the regular resistors. These are the kind of resistors you'd buy at Radio Shack. Those are the values you could buy. But we're going to go into just the basic virtual, and we're going to use a virtual resistor, because that way we can put in whatever kind of resistor we want. I could just do this process again, but I'm going to click on that. Do control copy, control V to paste, and there's my other resistor. Now I don't want them both, oh, don't do that. I don't want them both to be horizontal, so I'm going to switch the orientation of that. There's two ways to do that. I can flip it clockwise, or I can do control R for rotate. See that? That's a control R. So I made that one vertical. Okay, so we've got all our components. We'll go to the next page of our introductory sheet, and we're going to connect everything with wires. Okay, so let's get this all set up. Maybe this should not be able to be done like that. You don't want to move you don't want to accidentally move that. We have a rather old version of Multisim that allows some crazy things. Okay. Oh, look what it just did. You want to keep that together with your, I don't know, Z, 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 Z. See if my switch is working. Yeah. Okay. So when you press the space bar, you close and open the switch. So there's the switch closed, which would allow current to go through. There it's open, so it doesn't allow current. So let's organize all this in a, oh, that's nice. I can move it a little bit out of the way. To organize this in a nice circuit, Oh, I wanted to have that rotated, so I've rotated that. Let's go ahead and connect everything. To connect, I just grab one side of the component and bring it to the next component and click. Grab this over, and I'm going to make a right angle, click. Grab this, click. Grab this, click. And then grab this and click, click. All right, so there's my circuit. You know, it occurs to me I could make this bigger, this whole thing bigger, because you're watching this on a video. There's no reason to make it small. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, we don't want to move our symbol without moving the resistor. Okay, so that's a little bit nicer. So we've got the ground on our negative terminal of the battery, so that just means that that terminal is the zero reference, and right here would be positive 12. All right. And then when I close the switch with the space bar, it allows the current to go through. But nothing happens until I turn the circuit on. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Next, we want to put in some meters to read voltage and current. So I'm going to place a component, and I'm going to select indicators. And I'm going to do a voltmeter with an H. I'm not sure what the H stands for, but we'll continue. Rotate that just so it looks like it's in parallel with this resistor here, and we can just connect it up. Uh-oh. I'll grab this, move it over to here, grab this guy, move him over to here. And then we can also put a ammeter in the circuit. Let's go ahead and do that. Place a component. We're an indicator. Now we'll do an ammeter, and we'll just do the H, ammeter. Okay, there's that. And I want to put it in series with this resistor, and now it's sort of a horizontal thing, so we're going to rotate it. Just do Control R. There it is. So now we've got the ammeter in series with the resistor and the voltmeter in parallel. All right, that looks pretty good. Now we can, what's our next thing? Turn it on. And we don't have any voltage or any current right now because the switch is open. But as soon as I close the switch, I want to click on it, but I hit the space bar. Then the simulation goes and it calculates the voltage and the current. Right now I have a 1 kilo ohm resistor here and a 1 kilo ohm resistor here, so it just divided the 12 volts into two. That's a little voltage divider, and this calculated how much current is going through the source, going through the resistors. Let's turn this switch open, and then we'll turn the simulation off. And let's change these values. I'm going to change that to, let's see, I'll double click on that, and I'm going to go up to 100 volts. Don't go over 1,000 volts because it might damage the computer working at such high voltages. Okay, here we are at, let's leave that at 1 kilo ohm, and then we're going to make this one 2 kilo ohms. Alright, so we can change them to whatever values we want. I'll turn the simulation on again. Again, we don't have any current going through the switch. This is a tiny little voltage. It shouldn't have any voltage at all. There's no current going through here, but I don't know why it does that. Let's close the switch. Now we've got 33 milliamps, 0.033 amps is 33 milliamps going through this resistor, and the voltage is now 66.662 volts on that 2 kilo ohm. So since that is a higher resistance than this, it's dividing the more voltage than this guy does. And that is really the end of our show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Goodbye.